Hey guys, as promised, I said I'd run through some of the exercise techniques with the two programs. So we'll start off with the lower body one, and then look at doing the upper body one in a separate video. Remember, with this is all built off the basis that you've done some weight training before. So if you're just starting off, maybe pop me a text or a message if this is your first kind of strength and conditioning phase. Don't start off with this. This is quite hard, quite tough, quite demanding. The idea behind it is that it's going to increase our strength levels to improve our power output, but that's provided we have the right foundations laid first. So we'll run over exercise techniques, and if anyone has any problems or questions, just pop me a text or a message and I'll be able to help you out. So we start off, we've got a superset, okay, to start off with. So we've got your goblet squat. So if you've got a goblet squat, we can use a dumbbell, a kettlebell or a plate. If you don't have gym equipment, we have a video up on our YouTube page which gives you some alternatives if you've no weights to use as resistance, right? But if you've got a kettlebell or a dumbbell, a goblet squat is just in reference to how we hold it, and it's got a tempo to it. So it's got a 5 second lower and a 1 second up, right? So we're going to go for 10 reps. When we hold a kettlebell or a dumbbell, we're just going to hold it in front of us. I really wish I had a smaller kettlebell. Right, so you hold it in front, chest up tall, abs braced. We look for flexibility. I have my heels elevated on 2 books. If you've got the flexibility to do it flat, great. So what we're going to do is 5 seconds down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full range, back is flat, straight back up. Okay, so from the side, feet flat or elevated if we haven't got the flexibility. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hamstring to calf, drive through the middle of the foot, fast up, squeeze the bum. If you can't get deep enough, or if you can't get to parallel with your feet flat on the floor, pop your feet up, heels elevated on a book, on 2 books, nice and slowly down. 4, 3, 2, 1, and drive straight back up. Okay, so with the goblet squat technique, chest up tall, knees should always chase your toes, so slightly push down. That helps incorporate the glutes and keeps our abs nice and tight. Okay, so we're going to go for 10 goblet squats, then we go straight into step lunges. When we're doing our step lunges, I actually don't want you really lightweight if you want, but ideally I'm not too worried about it. What I'm looking for here, step lunge may be slightly different to what you've done before. I'm looking for knee flexion, so I'm looking for a knee up into chest. That will get hamstring to calf again, and then what I'm looking for is a big step out, straight back, chest up, control down, back knee should graze the floor, drive straight back, opposite knee, knee up, step out, control, 1, 2, drive back, knee up, step out. What am I looking for? Shoulders over hips, knee going forward, foot flat on the floor, back knee to the ground, and spring back. All the power is on the push back, and we need to decelerate, which is what we do on the way out. So hamstrings are involved, glutes are involved in the deceleration, and then all the power, quads, kick back in on the drive back. They're a superset. So we're going to do 10 5-second squats down, and then we're going to go in and we're going to do 12 power lunges with knee lift. You can add a weight for the lunges if you like, if it's too easy. First time you do them, I'd like just always, both exercises, focus on form, focus on technique, focus on range. Biggest thing, we're probably on the turbo a little bit more, on bikes a little bit more than in TT positions and stuff. All of our hip flexors and stuff are renowned for getting tight, so by keeping our chest up in the lunges and in the squats is super important. 4 sets starting off, 3 sets if it's your first week, and then add on a set after that. Then we move on to our second superset, so onto our B's. So you'll see in the program in A1, A2. So A1 is goblet squat, A2 is step lunges. Now we move on to B1, which is an RDL, and B2 is a glute raise or reverse crab. So there's options with all these, right? So the most important thing, I have a stick somewhere, I just don't know where to put it. What we're looking for with here it is. With an RDL, right? So grab your broomstick, any RDL, hip hinge, This is the most important thing to get right. So grab it, stick it down your back, do this before this before you start, to make sure that you've got the form and the technique right. So in this position here, my glutes are on, my abs are on, it's touching my lower back and it's touching my head. I crack my knees or soften my knees. That's my hip hinge position from the start. And then I control back, sit back, till I get a bite in my hamstrings. My flexibility will dictate how low I go. So if I've really tight hamstrings, I'm going to lose it. But if I've got good abs, good range and flexibility, I should get pretty close to parallel to the floor. Okay? So regardless of the type of RDL we're doing, whether it's going to be a kettlebell, a kettlebell Romanian deadlift, a dumbbell Romanian deadlift, a single leg Romanian deadlift, everything is about your hip hinge. Otherwise, you're not using the right muscle, you're not working hamstrings and glutes the way we want to work them, you're going to put too much emphasis on your lower back. As I said, we're in race positions on TTs, on turbos, that's going to further exacerbate any injuries in your lower back. So strong lower back, this is a perfectly good exercise to do once it's done right, okay? So once you know you're able to keep a neutral spine or a flat back, then you've got your options, okay? So we'll start off with option number 1. If you've got weights, if you've got a dumbbell or a heavy enough dumbbell to do 10 RDLs with a 4-second lower. So that is basically back flat, abs straight, stand up, squeeze the bum, abs tight. Slow down for 4, 3, 2, 1, fast up, squeeze. Slow, 4, 3, 2, 1, fast up. Okay? So if you've got a heavy enough kettlebell, that's fine. If you've only got light weights or a light dumbbell or a light kettlebell, let's do a single leg. Okay, so even more challenging, more demanding. So same position, start off chest up tall, abs on, same hand, same leg. So I'm going to go with my right hand, my right leg, and what I'm going to do is lift up, load, focus on my back, slowly control down. I'm gripping the floor with my toes, keeping my back as flat as I can, trying to avoid any rotation. Straight down, fast straight back up, balance, control, reset. Back flat, tilt from the hip, spine neutral, straight back up, control. Okay, that's option number 2. If you've no weight, okay, or not enough weight to do an RDL with, what we can do is, challenging wise for hamstrings, is grab a pillow. So this puts more demand on ankles and knees, so the more stability muscles, so it becomes a little bit more difficult to balance and stabilize. So you take a little bit emphasis off the hamstring, but you're still working hard in terms of effort, right? So same thing, spine neutral, try grip the pillow with your toes, back flat, slowly tilt from the hip, go as low as your flexibility will allow you, keeping that back as flat as you can, straighten that back leg I should say, and then straight back up, stabilize, control, go again. So if you're doing any of these options, we're looking for about 10 each leg, or if you're doing if you've got a heavy enough dumbbell or barbell, lucky enough to have a barbell, go with the heavy kettlebell, but you're looking for 10 reps, okay? Then what we're going to do, I'm going to bring you down onto the ground with me down here, and hopefully this will set up. Right, so what we're going to work on now is glute raises. So option number 1, again, options depend on your own fitness levels. Option number 1, feet flat on the floor, lift up, feet are flat on the floor, toes are pointing forward, squeeze the bum, keep the abs tight, brace here and here, get the hamstrings firing. You come up as high. It's not about how high you can go up, it's about how hard you can squeeze these with your big toes into contact with the ground, okay? So hold here, that's option number 1. Option number 2, in the same position, just lift one leg off the ground and hold. So you're looking for about 30-45 seconds each leg, or 60 seconds 2 legs. Hold here, 30-45 seconds, depending on your own level, swap sides. Okay, and what I'm really enjoying at the moment in terms of variations, I really like this. So reverse crab, this is quite good for opening up our shoulders and our pecs as well. So fingertips pointing forward. I'm in like a bridge position. I lift my hips up, look up towards the sky, squeeze the bum again and hold here. So again, it's not about trying to get your hips as high as possible. It's about trying to use those glutes and hamstrings. And next option here, extend one leg out and hold. So you can see I'm starting to shake. So it's quite advanced, quite tough. Again, you're looking for about 30-45 seconds each side and then swap over. Okay, so there are B's. Your B's are your Romanian deadlifts and the variations, kettlebells, dumbbells, single leg. And then your options on the floor, 2-leg glute bridge, single leg glute bridge, reverse crab, single leg reverse crab. B1, B2, 4 sets of the B's. You're looking for about 10 reps of the RDL and then about 30 to 45 seconds of whatever option you go with on the glute bridge. Okay? Last but not least, we're going to finish off with a little bit of core work. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do a plank touch, right? So again, real simple. We all know our variations of different types of planks. So hands underneath the shoulders, up on the toes, squeeze the bum, flatten the back. In this position here, what you're looking to keep your hips just feet about hip distance apart. Really easy, nice and controlled. Try avoid any rotation, just touch shoulders. There's a million variations of this. I don't even mind plank get-ups in this position here, provided they don't turn into rotations. I want to be locked solid here. I want all this to feel like it's working. That's the whole idea behind here. Keep all this working, stay in control. The idea is that we're building strength and stability. Okay, we go from there into a ab brace, okay? This is super important for anyone that runs. So what you're going to do is grab any dumbbell, any kettlebell, any little bit of external weight we have. Hold it up, doesn't have to be heavy. All it is to help brace the top rib, to bring the top rib down. So legs come up, abs down, hold your weight here. So you should not be able to fit fingertips under your lower back. You shouldn't be able to see daylight under there. So abs stay tight, control down and back up. Opposite leg, 2 hands on. The thing here is, right, see, if I flare my ribs, I've stopped working any abs and it becomes a hip flexor exercise. Go back to what I said at the very start. What's getting shorter and tighter the more we're spending on the bike? Our hip flexors, our psoas. So we want to use our abs to build up for our core strength, but we want to lock down the ribs, keep your back pushed down into the floor, one single leg at a time, looking to do 8 to 10 reps each leg. If you feel your lower back is flaring, or as you get closer to the ground, you're not able to keep your lower back in contact, work to your range. Don't try touch the ground. Don't try do 2 legs and suddenly start flaring and put all the emphasis on your lower back. So lower back smashed into the floor, shouldn't be able to see daylight, shouldn't be able to fit fingertips under the back. Ab brace, slow control down, alternating each side, and you should feel your abs starting to shake and starting to brace. Go back to your plank, back to your abs, back to your plank, back to your abs. 3 sets. You're looking in the plank touch, you're looking to work between 30 and 60 seconds. And then in the ab brace, you're looking to kind of do between 8 and 10 reps each side. Work to your own range, your own flexibility. There's loads in that. I've tried to talk as quickly as I can to try to keep it as condensed as I can. Pop me a text, pop me a message if any problems, any questions, and then I'll stick up day 2 and we can go through the same rigmarole again. Alright guys, thanks a mil, safe training, stay safe, bye bye.